this week we had the presidential election. That's pretty much the only thing that really happened this week. That's
America!
America! Goddamn right, America! America! America back!
Yeah!
Hey, cut on the fucking national anthem. Bro ass had me crying.
Yo, shout out to odd nigga Saint. Yo, boy, you are a motherfucking fool.
Rare form.
He texts me about this shit. I go watch the shit. I call bro like, this nigga Saint, dog. This nigga Saint. Regardless how you feel about what he's saying, this nigga here, dog.
Man.
I text bro. I literally text him. Play the fucking national anthem. He come back crying. I'm like, yeah. So let's just go ahead. Let's get this shit started. Let's get it out the way. I recently did a Reasonable Ignorance podcast. Shout out to them. Shout out to Big Bro, Coach, Be Able.
No,
Magic
don't shout
Mike,
out too much because I don't be hearing the shout outs coming our way. So just give
Jeff,
them a little.
Sound.
All right.
I stand with you, gang.
Man, you saying? Niggas didn't even want to read my comments because they didn't want to acknowledge that Lil Big Meech was on the line. All right.
Get down or lay down, nigga.
It's cool.
With all of those things being said, I've already kind of spoken on politics this week. I'm glad this shit is over.
Hallelujah.
Everyone can go find something new to identify with now.
Man.
Everybody can go find something new to make their identity
Don't
now.
find too much to identify with.
Go buy you a dog.
No, don't
do some yoga.
No, don't go buy a dog. Because half of y'all don't even want to keep up with the fucking animal after you don't need the animal no more and you started fucking somebody new. So no, you don't need an animal. What you need to do is you need to take a long, hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, what the fuck are you about to do for you? That's my motherfucking campaign slogan and pitch to the motherfucking American people. 2028, I'm not running.
All I'm saying is, Big T ain't playing about what you was born as.
Oh, no, not at all.
He not. I'm just letting y'all know before he start really pushing that shit. He ain't playing.
Oh.
Yeah. That'd be crazy because they didn't let them go and join the military and all type of things.
That's the shit that's gonna get crazy. Cause never mind.
Say the T is for Trump, not transgender. Damn.
Well, I mean, I need one of y'all to jump in here and give y'all opinion, give y'all thoughts, so we can get this dialogue
All right.
going.
So,
are we saying who we voted for in here or no? Because that's not really a necessary thing. Everyone in here voted?
yeah,
Yes.
I voted.
I didn't.
All right.
You didn't?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I don't vote. Yeah, I don't believe in politics.
This all makes sense.
Yeah. So no,
All of the group chat makes
I've said it several times before though on here. Like I've stated like I don't.
Okay. I must have missed it. I thought you were voting in this one.
No.
At least.
No.
I get it. We wasted the fuck out of our time that day.
No.
God damn.
No, you didn't because I'm an American citizen.
No.
So-
I don't say it in terms of you don't care or nothing. I'm saying you're not participating in voting, so you couldn't have an opinion necessarily either way. Like, I mean, you can have an opinion, but like we just shouldn't care.
I disagree.
Okay.
So the thing why I say that is I'm directly affected by the same things that y'all are directly affected by. Mm-hmm. But, and this may be just a conspiracy theorist in me, I don't believe we picked the president.
Okay.
I believe they give us the illusion that we have some sense of control. And you know, people have us feeling like we have a part of that process. But even when you look at the whole process, there's too many variables in it. Then it's just how can I like this? When you doing a normal election for some period, say we all say, "Hey man, who want to go to McDonald's or Wendy's up in here?" Everybody raise your hand. So if 3 of y'all raise your hand for Wendy's and I raise my hand for McDonald's, we're going to Wendy's. Majority rules. When they made the electoral college, that was made back in like the 1800s. And I don't think they've even revised it since then. So the fact that somebody can still win presidency, even though more people voted for an opposite party, and we've seen it happen in 4 elections throughout U.S. history, that's what really convinces me that we really don't pick the president, and we're given the illusion of, oh, okay, y'all have a hand in this process. They already know who they're going to put in office. They already know, because that's a figurehead, really. The president only really does what it is that they want them to do for real. So, like, okay, what agenda are we running this year? Okay, we're going to put them in there for this one. Okay, we putting this person in there for that one. So, like, even when they broke down the electoral college for me in school, well, to us in school, I was like, wait a minute. So we cast our votes to an anonymous person who we are supposed to entrust to vote the tone that everybody votes. Now, this person can still change their vote because there's no constitutional law that bans them from doing such. They can still, everybody in this state can vote for Democrat, and this person can still say, well, I want to vote Republican. The electoral person in the electoral college, they can still do that and still be penalized by the state, but they won't go to federal prison for doing such. My thing is, if they have that much autonomy over it, how much power do we really have? So I feel like us having, like, when it comes to voting, picking all of that, I feel like all of that stuff is like an illusion, for real. Even when you look at the 2000 election, you know what I'm saying, how messy that was and how Florida ballots was never found. Yeah. And then they just still was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we're going to go this way. So it's like, that it's too many things. And then how even with Trump, I know I'm going forever, but I'm going to let you go in. But even when it came to Trump with his first election, you know what I'm saying, it rubbed me the wrong way because Hillary had got 3 million more votes than him. She had got 3 million more votes from the people than he did, but he won the election. Right. So I'm like, I don't think I'm on.
We're good.
Yeah, that's why I was just saying, like, it's too many things that I've seen that really contradicts us actually picking the president. That's why I'll be like, I don't really decide to partake into it.
Okay. So it's some stuff. There's stuff to unpack there. The electoral versus the popular vote. What are y'all? Because I want to stay there for a second. Do y'all agree that should be gone?
With the electoral college?
Yeah.
No.
What about you, Nick?
No.
I agree with you all. Now, from what you were saying in your definition of what the electoral college is, I don't know if you fully understand what it's doing and its point.
No, I understand it, and I wasn't saying that it should be gone. I said it should be revised.
In what way, though?
They should change, like, some of the states' power, like how, you know how they got voting power, how states got voting power?
No, let me stop you right there.
You're talking about the number of votes in which they can have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, got you.
You're talking about the...
You wanted to
like California holds 45.
Yeah.
Texas,
like California holds
40, Texas for...
But the way it's set up currently kind of matches what you want, though.
It's
the most people the most people are in California. I don't know for real, but the more people you got, the more electoral votes you get. And your state isn't just declaring what you're going to be. The people in that state vote, and then that becomes what your electoral vote is.
One of his arguments to that was saying the person that's casting the vote for the people can still...
You can't just change that, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, go ahead. I was just...
That's why I want to get into that part, because you can't just change that. That's why... Let's take Illinois, for example. We're going to forever be Democrat because Chicago pretty much is... We got the most voting power here because we got the most people here. If for some reason Chicago didn't show up, the red... Because most of the state is red. We will probably be flipped to being Republican. Don't matter what Pritzl want, don't matter what anybody in Chicago that didn't vote want, the dominating popular vote depicts what the state is or whatever. So on that, in your example, what you said about the food example, let's take that example. Let's say all of us are deciding between McDonald's and Wendy's, and we know that McDonald's cook their fries in peanut oil, and let's say I have a peanut oil allergy. If I vote Wendy's, aren't we going to probably go to Wendy's if we all going into it that way? Because we have to do what that person is lacking. So just bringing it, forget that example. Let's go to the actual example.
All right.
The people of Montana still need to have a say so on what goes on in this country. If we just bomb them with, we got the most people, how is it fair for any state that's not California, New York, Florida, Texas? It'll just be those 4 voting. So we gotta create a system to allow these smaller states that just don't have the people to still be able to get their word in on these type of results. So that is the whole point of it, is to try to, and again, California and whatever, they got the most votes, but they don't shift shit in the election. Right. They knew going into this election, they got California, New York, Illinois locked. Those are some of the biggest states in this country that don't matter. Right. Because of the electoral colleges, because we still gave voices to the rest of the country. Mm-hmm. So you gotta still give voices.
Yeah, so I don't disagree with the idea of the electoral college when it comes to. I disagree with the placement of power. What I'm saying is, I feel like that rule, that system should be revised. Mm-hmm. We've had the same system since the 1800s. Mm-hmm. So what I mean by this is this though, like if it was to really just be broken down to the sense of like a red state and a blue state staying there. You know, you see you got your red states, you got your blue states, then you have your swing states. Mm-hmm. And that's what really be determined in the elections for real. But say it's 50 states, right? So it's like an even split. It's 50 states and then all states had one electoral college vote or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Then we'll be able to, it'll be a more truer way of saying that the people actually pick the president.
Okay, so you're saying everyone just get one electoral vote.
Yeah, so say everybody get one electoral vote. The popular vote that the people actually voted, that dominates what it is, like you said, and it even does it now, right? Yeah. And I don't disagree with that.
No, I'm not even mad at what you're saying.
So literally, okay, we got these people, and it's literally gonna come down to, okay, all of these states are red, these states are blue. We gonna sit down and we gonna count. All right, it's 27 of these, it's 23 of those. This person is the president, and then, but because my whole thing is too, even though I remember you said earlier, you said something that they can't do that they can't go against it. It happened in 2016 in that election. When it came to Washington, I think it was about 3 or 4 electoral college voters, if I'm not mistaken.
The state of Washington?
Yeah, in the state of Washington.
Okay.
They pledged to vote for Hillary. But then they actually, and they state the people in that county and the region that they was in, they voted for Hillary too. They actually cast in a vote for Trump. Trump still got that vote. Their vote didn't go null and void. But then they had, I think they had took a pledge and they violated the pledge. So Washington State had came against them. They fined them for $1,000. Then they was even trying to overthrow it. They was even trying to have it thrown out because they were saying there is no constitutional law that says that an electoral voter has to vote the same as the popular vote in their state. There's no constitutional law. Okay. So they was even about to throw it out. But ultimately they decided, they said, well, since this is the rule in Washington State, all y'all got to pay $1,000. And that was it. They didn't get jailed. They didn't get jailed. They didn't get penalized. One dude, they even had to try. They tried to remove him off of it from being electoral college. He won. He said, "No, y'all can't remove me for this because it's my constitutional right to cast my own vote as an electoral voter, even if it's opposite of the popular vote." They had to put him back on the committee. And so like that's even my thing too. And we don't even have. Granted, we'll never truly have examples of it because this stuff is done anonymously when it's happening, but we can find this stuff out after the fact. But while it's being done, we can't even see who these people are. And so they had to revisit that. And what I told you about, that was a 2016 election. All of the stuff I'm talking about that happened when they took him to court, that was in 2019. So like the fact that it's even that much murkiness in it, I'm like, man, I still don't feel like the people are still really being hurt. Because even with that happening, and then we see Hillary lose that election, and she had 3 million more votes from the people. So I'm like, they can't make that make sense to me, is what I'm saying. So
I feel you. I don't know nothing about that story, so I can't comment on that portion.
You can look. It happened in Washington. You can look it up.
No, I'm just saying I don't because we potting. I don't know about it while we talking. I can look it up though. Yeah.
All right. Jesus Christ. So about this election, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
But no, we was getting the idea of why I don't vote. That was the basis of that. So that's what it was.
Yeah, this shit took about 11 and a half.
My bad.
But on to the ones that voted on this election.
All right, let's talk to the people who did vote.
Hey, you know what? I've been seeing them throwing out blame. I want to first start with our African Americans. Shout out to us because we did what we were supposed to do. You never gonna get 100% of nothing. But God damn it, if you get 80 to what was the black ones? 70 to 80% of the black vote went to Kamala.
I have the true numbers.
Okay. All I know is a bunch of us voted for Kamala. We did our part. We realized we don't run this stuff. And look, it is what it is. But shout out to us for doing our part. Shout out to the people of color. Because even though we didn't swing them the way the way we did, they still voted majority for Kamala. So shout out to the people of color. And shout out white people. Because they made it known that this shit is still there. They made it known. Listen, everything is cool. Listen, I'm good.
I say this shit all the time. People don't travel for real. We stay where we be at. Because I'm telling you, even in our own state here, like you go south in this state, you are not going to see black people like you see here. We're really the top corner of this bitch.
And every time you do go, when you do go and find the black people, they're in the cities you knew about before you got there.
Yeah, like, bro, it's a lot of white people on this bitch.
When they show the maps, when they show like the maps or whatever, and they be showing like the hot spots that's blue, y'all be seeing how small the hot spots be and how specific they are. And you see the whole fucking country is red?
Yes.
God damn it, the grass in Montana is red. The swamps in Florida is red. Ain't shit here made for us. But hey, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Put their foot down on our ass.
In dominant fashion. I remember watching this shit, watching the numbers go up and shit. That shit got to like, I think Kamala had like 98, and Trump got to like 207. I was like, well,
you know, I started thinking back.
Ass got the TV. I was like, well, we know it is going.
I started thinking back to when Biden was running against Trump. He started off with a little deficit, so I'm like, oh shit, we might.
Man, it
didn't work.
That moment is when I realized, like, hey, I got some Debbie Downer in me, bro. It just is what it is.
I was trying to be motivated.
Niggas kept being like, nah, because you know Barack is black people's hope.
Yeah.
So Barack was like, you know, it would take a couple days to cast all the votes.
Barack won all in.
No.
Barack won all in.
Wasn't. I'm looking at it and I'm like, dog, this is going in a very dominant fashion. Even when they show the swing states, and they show what's the prediction of which way it's more than likely going to go. I'm just looking at the map and I'm like, nah, dog.
I think they released the odds. I think they released.
Over
I was
with.
at work when I saw the odds. It was like maybe 8 p.m. I swear to God, ain't shit. We ain't supposed to know nothing yet. Like unless we dealing with an Obama one, when Obama just blowing niggas out, we ain't supposed to be seeing shit like that. Boy, they said the New York Times had an odds of like a 90% Trump win. I said, whoa, 90%. Nigga, the last election took like a few months. I was 90%. Shit.
I was just like, God damn, because this bitch did start off rough as hell, but it's like I'm kind of like same thing Reed was saying. Like I'm glad that this shit over with. I don't ever want to see an election with this many celebrities in it again.
Man.
Like
this is only the first one.
Well,
the second or third, I don't know.
Also, with even with like how the Democrats did shit, you had the shit that you had shared with Bernie. I feel like their focal points on being able to get the vote, because I mean you had the turnout, you had the people there, but I feel like as things continue to go on, and y'all just kept on harping on that abortion shit, bro.
Misfire.
And it was just like, dog, stop talking about that shit. Like, pick something else. We know where you stand with that. Like, just move on. And y'all kept going right there. Democrat, Republican, anything, man. Majority of the United States is Christian, dog. They not gonna agree with this shit. No matter what side they on. Like, you gonna have certain people that's literally the Democrat that's like, I'm not voting. That's how they go. That's how they gonna move with that shit.
You know what my big, and we had said it before this shit even like got to this point, is like when we was watching the rallies and all of that, and it was like, yo, this motherfucker just keep talking about Trump. Trump is this, Trump is that, Trump is that. For one, you probably giving like free advertisement for the people that's into that shit, and then two, which is what a lot of the times a lot of people walk away from this shit is like, outside of abortion, what was you even running on for real?
And that's the thing, because there was a lot of things that she was running on, but you not talking about this shit. Like, you not talking about nothing. You got all of these plans for, like, even for new homeowners, like all of this shit that you saying that you're gonna
all
push.
that stuff for black entrepreneurs,
all of this shit. Like, you should have pushed the home ownership more than you pushed that shit. The grant you was trying to give to that shit, she was trying to get like $25,000 for first time home buyers.
Yeah. I don't even know why she was trying to get black people anyway.
Nigga, because she felt peer pressured off that shit. That was pure peer pressure, bro. Our vote wasn't even shaking that shit.
See, but it goes back to what you just said.
You ain't never lying about that.
But it goes back to
election. I ain't gonna lie. This election really proved that to me, though. Because when we was talking about it earlier this year on the pod, when me and Nick were just having that back and forth about the black population in the U.S., like, we're not really moving no needle here. Like, we really not. No. Like, we're not. We here? Yeah, we here. We got a voice.
We here with each other, bro.
But that's it, right? We got each other. Essentially, we have each other.
And you know what because I keep seeing that stat, like, we've got like $1 trillion worth of spending power. We should be focusing on that shit. I heard a stat last night that we're under 10% of like the GDP and shit. Like, that $1 trillion is $1 trillion, but it's like, come on now. The real answer for this shit, and we talked about it on the way over, is we just got to get in them rooms. We got to figure out a way to get powerful enough or make enough money to get in the rooms. Once you in the rooms, you become the decision maker. Everybody else don't matter. You're at a level of the popular, all that shit, because like you said, and what I can't battle that is this shit is kind of pre-choice almost. Like, with Kamala, I know it's different situations, but we ain't have a choice with her because we probably wouldn't have voted for her either. When it was her versus Biden, we knew exactly who we didn't want. And it probably would have went the same way with other people. But we just got to get into these rooms and become the people that that your word is kind of just unfightable. Like, that's the answer. We got to get in these rooms and become them people.
But my question is, how do we do that when there's so much more of them?
See, but like, it's not a numbers game. I don't think it's a numbers game. It's the race to become the best. That's never about numbers. That's just, you need to be the one.
But haven't we proven time after time throughout history that we are the best when it comes to a lot of stuff, even when it comes to inventions, not like inventions, intelligence, even when it comes to our abilities.
Have we been the best at capitalizing off of that financially?
No, they have, but that's why they control everything. Again,
so, like, that's who we need. That is the side of the wall we need to be on. The reason why we're not still sitting in slavery is because we got in them rooms. I'm not saying we need to become because we were just the president with Obama, but I'm not saying that we need to be the leader in charge. We need to get in the room and start influencing decision makers. One reason why I'm optimistic about Trump is he listens to black people. He at least will hear them. And now whatever comes from that comes from that. But he's at least going to listen. But that's getting somebody in the room with him. You got to get somebody in the room with them. Things ain't start shaking with music until we got our music people in there. R.I.P. Quincy Jones. If Quincy Jones never became Quincy Jones, is Motown a thing? So now Michael Jackson can't break through and change the world, change people's images of black people. What's my man's name? Smokey Robinson. He can't crack through and change the opinions of people's worlds, whatever. We just need to get in these damn rooms and start influencing shit. Because at the end of the day, white people just showed us again, they ain't giving this shit up. This shit is sweet. America is sweet. We're printing money. Oh shit, we're down negative $500 trillion. So, give me 3 more. This shit is sweet. We've never had this in the world. It used to be tied to something, tied to gold, tied to something that can run out. We just, we ain't even got the cash no more. It's all it's numbers.
I guess my thing is this though. Even with us getting in them rooms, there's still a ceiling that we got to hit because, like Reed said earlier, in order for us to have some kind of success or movement, we got to move some white man's heart. We have to. So what I'm saying is still at the end of the day, if they just be like, nah, I'm talking about in America. Yeah. Nah, we ain't nothing with that. That's literally we just gonna have to deal with it because it's like they are such the dominating factor in this. Let's just keep it a buck. This is a white man's country.
100%.
This is a white man's country.
100%.
So whatever is flying is what they allow to fly. We can influence and say how much, but if them niggas just say nah, we ain't doing none of that. Guess what we gonna be like?
And that's 100% the truth. But that again goes to getting in these rooms and starting to influence these people. You start to influence them and make them motherfuckers think they did it. I bet Abraham Lincoln thinks I'm the man because I freed all the slaves. It's a line where some black people were influencing people along the way and made it very comfortable with them. I'm telling you, that Civil War movement ain't really pop off until they video camered them getting beat on the bridge, and then it went out to America. And some of the white people, not all of them, some of them had a heart. Mm-hmm. And then people started working with us, getting us in these rooms. We're now able to talk to them and tell them our issues. White people don't think there's nothing wrong with the police. They can't think that after George Floyd.
Yeah. I mean,
that shit true. I've experienced that even on my own. Mm-hmm. Just with, like you said, with the police and people being like, "No, this shit don't happen," and I say literally what's happened to me. Mm-hmm. Like I ain't saying no example of no shit on TV. I'm talking about me.
But that's because the police gave Little Bob a little charity event.
Yeah. But then when you say it to them, they gonna give you that reaction of being like, "Oh shit." No, I ain't know it was like that. I know. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's not sweet.
Listen, man, we just got to play the game.
My thing is I guess that's my thing, and I'm not trying to like
no. We having a great
shut down on the optimism.
Nick would have cut this shit off if we was bullshitting.
I'm not saying shut down on the optimism of getting into these rooms. I guess my thing is at the end of the day, we still got to go through a white man.
Oh yeah.
So it's like even if we get into these rooms, have the most influence, and we do. Mm-hmm. We have the most influence. We have the most impact on anybody in the world. The black people in America, they still have to let us get to a certain point. Even when it comes to the power, and that's what I'm saying. Even when it comes to getting into these powerful positions, they still have to allow that. That's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to that, and that's why I'm like, how far can we really go in America if they the ones that's in control of that? It'd be different if we were, but we're not.
We get into those positions by voting.
Voting, showing up to this
not
shit.
For the president, but voting for all of these other things.
After a great and intelligent conversation.
That's how we get into those rooms.
Go vote, nigga.
You said not for the president, though, right?
No, not the president.
You talking about locally?
Yeah.
Now I agree with that.
Yeah,
but you know,
but
you ain't even do that.
You have to start locally in order.
Hey man, don't
to
be put my business out there.
I didn't. Hey, that ain't me.
He did. No, he did. I said, hey man, I was looking at him. I was looking at him.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you said you didn't vote
for that type of outlook. That's all I'm saying is for you to get these people into these rooms, we have to vote locally, and you start off locally and you work your way up. Yeah, the same way Meech was saying, like you got to build that rapport with the people, but that's anything in life.
Yeah, just don't be like Shorty from Dalton.
Yeah.
She moving a particular type of way. Hey, let me ask y'all a question.
St. Patrick's?
Dog. Them niggas was talking about that shit on the show. I'm like, dog.
Somebody inform me. What is that?
Okay, so look, I'm gonna just say
it's a rooftop club in Dalton.
Damn, he just took the whole thunder about my shit.
Rooftop club.
He was about to build it up, throw some spice on it.
Oh, my bad. I ain't mean.
It's cool. So
I got excited.
You're not familiar with the area, but for everybody listening, Sibley in 94, right?
I am familiar with Dalton.
Okay, so you know where Dalton Bowl is.
Uh-huh.
So
fuck,
yeah.
You know where it's at.
My wife's godmother used to live over there.
Oh, so you know where the Shell is?
Yeah.
White Castle.
I know it's not safe.
White Castle, right there.
Think about exactly what he's talking about.
White Castle, that 6-way, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So right there, they've been building like this real nice building right there on the corner, right before you get back on 94, headed back towards Indiana. It's a real nice building they've been building right there. And for the life of me, I've been saying, what the fuck is that? Like, this is going to be an office building. This going
2-story Chipotle.
This going to be a fucking, this going to be like a residence in Dalton. Like, oh, y'all finna go crazy.
The suburbs love a Chipotle.
And then I fucking found out that shit is Shorty's building, and they're putting, of all things, a rooftop club in Dalton named St. Patrick's, and it's named St. Patrick's based on James St. Patrick. Yes, you heard me right.
No,
Wait.
Ghost.
She's a fan of the show.
That's what I was hoping it was for.
So yeah, all I'm saying
That
is
place will
This
never
is
see
real
my
life.
ID.
So
This is real life.
brought that up.
This is real.
I
This
brought
ain't
that
Grand
up.
Theft Auto.
I brought that up just to say, if you're gonna be a politician, don't use Shorty as the template. Okay,
So wait, who? No, okay. Break down to me. Who is Shorty? Who are y'all talking about?
bro, do it after the show. But we've talked
Okay.
about it's the mayor of Dalton. Just
Oh, okay. I do
That's who-
know.
we said no,
Okay. Right, my
You
bad.
remember when we had showed the shit when they was boarding up the buildings with the people still in there and shit?
Yeah. Okay.
Shorty. Yeah.
Shorty. Okay.
My bad. I
Didn't she
wasn't
say, like-
correlating.
Didn't she say like something about America's great again? Or
Yeah,
something?
she congratulated Trump, all the whole nine.
That's because she tried to get him on her side. Save me.
She looking for
'Cause she
looking
finna
for a helping
get
hand.
booked.
Talking about she gonna get Trump to come to Dalton. Dog, I'm here to tell you, Trump might not leave Mar-a-Lago for the next 4 years. The White House is in Florida. All right?
I don't want to move back there.
Washington,
didn't really enjoy
Washington
it.
D.C. They don't get the greatest weather during the winter.
Do you think he's going to use? Do you think he's going to use the actual presidential Twitter this time or no? Still,
No, he on his own shit.
I thought that was so funny when he didn't use that shit last time.
Nah, he
Nigga said, "No, I got mine."
he's a goon. I'll be as short. I'll be as
That's
short.
why I
as-
hope Prince will go up against him.
I ain't voting for that nigga either. Look, I'm gonna say
Man,
this
bro.
out
Oh well, he
loud.
can't go against him, but yeah.
I'm gonna say this out loud real quick. I'm not voting for Gavin, and I'm not voting for JB. Put that to the side. Let's talk about this election. Let's talk about last election. Let's talk about the Democrats real quick. The reason why I feel like the Democrats lost this time is because they ran sloppy politics. You just had 4 years of not the best presidential run. You just didn't have a good one. Biden wasn't that great. We felt like he should have stepped down 2 years ago. In my opinion, I felt like he should have stepped down 2 years ago. And you kind of could have handed
Falling
it
off
off.
them damn bikes.
You could have handed it off to Kamala.
That nigga was falling upstairs.
You could have handed it off to Kamala to see and test the temperature of the water to see if the people were even going to be feeling her, right? But you didn't do that. You wait till the last minute like you did last election when you realized your voting constituents were so split between who you were giving them, and there were so many that you threw Joe Biden in at the last minute, and it worked that time. You tried to pull it this time, and you tried to give the people a candidate in which they were already not happy about. They weren't even happy about her being the vice president when Joe ran.
Can I stop you right there?
Go ahead.
I want to ask you a question. Do you think that first Biden picking Kamala was to try to ease into the black community?
Yes,
ease into-
absolutely. I
and
think
then
it was pandering on a large scale. Yes, absolutely.
And then on the back end of that, they silenced her for the next. Because again, how many times before she became the president? Well, we was talking about we ain't never seen her, whatever.
Right.
Then so they suppressed her, so there ain't no uproar for her during Biden's presidency. But then it backfired at the end because they needed her, but they had stepped on her for like 3 years. Because even people that's really into it, I'm sure know, but the masses don't really know what she's been doing the last 3 years.
Exactly. And back to the point I was continuing to make, we don't know. But what we do know for a fact is no one's been happy with this presidency, and she's associated to that. And then this time around, you don't give your people, your constituents, your voters the chance to have the actual democratic process, as y'all say, to vote for who they want to represent the party. You force-fed Kamala after shitting on Joe. And like you said, we've been suppressing her this whole time. The Democrats hit a home run with Obama and ain't known what to do with the shit since. What I can tell you about that Republican Party, if you go back and look at the fucking history of the presidencies, them niggas, when they knock it out the park, they knock it out the park. When they gave us the first Bush, that motherfucker won. When they gave us the second Bush, that motherfucker won.
We ain't speaking on it, but like in between Obama and Biden was Hillary too. So that goes to your point of them putting up just bad candidates because she lost.
And why? And the same reason why I said the Republican Party didn't vote for Jeb Bush is back to why probably Hillary Clinton didn't win abroad. Those two last names, they just no.
Yeah.
So, and if you look at it before that, back in the 80s, Reagan smoked this shit.
Reagan's map looks fake.
So the Republicans,
That shit's ridiculous.
The Republicans low key been running this shit. So this is nothing out of the norm. I think people saw Obama. They saw 8 years of it consecutively, and they thought this country was at, I guess, a turn. Well, let me tell you something. When you push, and you push, and you push, and you push, and something does not break, recoil, my friend, because it's going to push back. And sometimes I don't think people understand how much things can get pushed back. You got Obama. To get Obama, that's how we got the Trump.
Do you think if Biden was the health he was last time, not the Biden that we just saw, still had the same presidency, you don't think he would have won?
No. I think he definitely loses. I think it's closer, but I think he definitely loses. But also they were saying, and I'm not sure if this is confirmed, but there were like 15 million less votes in this whole election as opposed to last time.
It's low.
So if that's voter turnout, and I'm here and being led to believe that, well, those are Democratic votes, well, this proves my point. Just like the Republicans didn't come out and vote for McCain and Mitt Romney when Obama ran because they didn't believe in the person, I assume the Democrats just did the same thing.
But I think also the Democrats just tried to cater to too much.
They tried to cater to the minority.
And I feel like that shit backfiring now, especially with the people that do feel a way about the black vote. Like, I feel like that's where that shit kicks in, and people are starting to get into that mindset of, well, shit, we was Republicans before. And they starting to feel away because I personally know a lot of black people that they didn't vote for Trump or anything, but they was like, I mean, talking about just different shit that he's saying. Even when it came down to, like I was saying, with people talking about the gender shit. When people was talking about shit,
I think even those people, I think those people too, we found out is still small or they not voting for real.
Yeah, no, I do feel that way too. Like a lot of the extremists, but I also feel like this was a time when a lot of people clearly by the numbers, a lot of people didn't go out and vote. But I do feel like it was some people that don't usually vote that did go out to vote because of that shit.
Yeah, a lot of the rural counties showed up.
Oh, they showed their ass.
Record
dominated
and
too.
I think more people. I think this year there was a lot of people that have never voted Republican that did this year.
And you know what the Democratic Party spent their whole time doing? Saying them niggas is stupid. If you ain't go to college, graduate, we ain't talking about them. We talking for the educated folks.
And to back to my whole dissertation about the Democrats, that was a backfire. Because the majority of the people in this country, newsflash, are uneducated.
Yeah.
So
you talking to the country that you trying to run.
So that makes the Democrats look like the elitist party now, opposed to how we all.
That's real, Meech.
And Trump is in the sticks. So far in the sticks, the nigga get shot at in the sticks.
Man.
He talking to them niggas.
Man.
We watching him pop up. We watching him pop up and shit.
Maybe he got shot at.
Yeah, man. Allegedly.
I don't think that stuff was real. I think all of that stuff was staged. But it's something that you said, Zach, that was key. What you just said, right? Because y'all know I think they said the black vote did increase with Republicans this time around too.
Yeah, but the majority still went to Harris.
Yeah.
No, I know
it's a number that didn't move nothing.
No, I'm not saying about it. I'm not saying that it's moving the needle.
No, not.
But I'm saying that the changes. It's happening.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
And to piggyback off of what he said, if the change is happening, look what they just did now with what they had, and they didn't have our majority. What happens when they get our majority or the Latino majority?
Right.
Shit.
But they did. But that
elections they ain't gonna even look real anymore. But like,
no, it's gonna look like Reagan shit.
Right. Exactly. It's not gonna look real. They'll be like, oh no, y'all did this. But what I'm saying was, when he was saying that when they was focusing too much on trying to cater to stuff, like I had seen the clip of Kamala saying, we gotta stay woke. We gotta stay woke. I'm like, why are you doing that?
That word woke.
She's just terrible, bro. I'm here to say it, bro.
That was what I'm like, why you saying that?
She was just terrible.
We need another talker.
She was terrible. We need
another talker.
You need somebody who's smooth like Obama. And look,
you don't even got to be smooth. Just be able to talk. Because that's the one thing. Trump be saying some bullshit.
Yeah,
but he going to talk his way up out that motherfucker.
But look, this is going to be some sexist shit.
Man.
Now I'm finna get
Not a businessman.
Now I'm finna get into the sexist of it. I don't think America's ready to vote for a woman to be president.
No, that's into it too.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh no, I definitely think that was part of it.
I don't.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I think that's
'Cause
the
going
other
back
part
to-
of it.
We seen the colors come out with people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even
but
amongst all
look, we
men.
literally seen it happen though. America voted for Hillary, but Trump still got in. So
Okay.
I can't subscribe to that.
I get what you're saying,
But that was the popular vote.
but that's the popular vote.
But that's what I'm saying. Y'all said we're
James,
not.
let me finish.
Okay.
But you
Let me
also
finish.
said you understood the way it works in that instance. The way your scenario works ain't what happened. The whole everybody get one vote. The way that you said it's okay with is how she lost. Those states that we ain't necessarily accounting for, they swung Trump way.
And that's like
and that's crazy
like,
to me. But go ahead.
That's cool. Like, we can have hypotheticals. I'm just gonna speak on the facts. She lost that election. She lost, even though she got the popular vote. We don't go off the popular vote. We go. Let me finish. We typically go off of a majority vote based on this electoral college. That's just the facts of life, and that's just what it is in America. Hillary lost. America wasn't ready for a white woman to be a president in 2016, and in my opinion, they damn sure wasn't ready to let a black woman be it in 2024. Another point I want to make is this. A lot of people are saying, well, the white women, they voted for Trump. Woo, woo, woo. What about abortion? Now we're going to get to a real talking point. We're going to get real serious. The white woman understands how power works. So before she voted for her better interests as a woman, she voted for the color of her fucking skin. And that's something
What
that
was the numbers on white women's?
it was 50. I think it was like 51% to 46%. So he got 51% of it.
Okay.
So he did get the majority out of the white women,
Okay.
but it was very narrow. The point I'm trying to make is we don't do that. We, as a people, as a demographic, are so all over the place that we would never commonly come to the understanding that, hey, we gonna vote for this even though it might go against our personal interests because this is what's better for the group. Because we don't have that unity. White women just showed you how the white superior works.
I argue that though.
Just in that fashion, in my opinion.
I argue that because we showed up in unison and went one way. Like no matter what happened, black people went one way. Whether you agree with the way they went or not, we was united.
True.
And that's why I want to kick, and that's why I kicked this off with shout out to
Well,
black
I was talking about the white women.
Yeah, but that's why I'm coming back
yeah.
to them, because when you say those numbers, they didn't majority do anything. Just more women did one way. It was pretty much split.
I mean,
if it's 51%,
51% is
pretty
the
much
majority.
split. And that's
But I
why,
get what
and
you're
that's why I
saying.
can't even shit on the white men and white people as much as I want to, because Trump won that shit by like 55, 56%. It's just so many of them.
Yeah,
And that's the problem. And that goes to Zach's point. It's so many of them. Even if a little under half is on our side, it's still not enough. Think about it. 40% of white people voted for Kamala. The majority of every other race voted for Kamala. He only really needed that 51% of white and a couple of other things.
So for white men, he got 57% to 39%. Mm-hmm. White women, 51% to 46%.
So we can't sit up here because that abortion shit worked on the white women. We can't. It worked on them.
And
it didn't work on the rest of the fucking community, and that's the problem. Stop talking to the white women.
And you know what? Looking at these numbers, according to these numbers,
What Umar at? This goddamn snowball.
You know what? That's according to these numbers. But you're right. These numbers are grossly for Harris. But that kind of goes back to what I've been saying for a long time, bro. It's a numbers game. Mm-hmm. And we just don't have the numbers. Yeah. And for anybody tripping on the Latinos doing whatever they did, guess what? They played the numbers game.
We're gonna see in the next election. They're not about to talk to us no more.
Who?
The Democrats and the Republicans. They're not about to talk to the blacks no more. Because
for what?
We voted over 80% one way. That vote is done.
Yeah.
You know what got tighter? The Hispanics got tighter. Still voted majority with Kamala, but they only needed it to get tighter. So they about to go and speak to them from now on. So how do you feel about
some money? And they actually have some money. Remember, I came in here a couple pods ago and I said last year in 2023, Latino women put $1.7 trillion into the economy. Us as a whole, black people, men and women, only put 1.3.
That's crazy.
But they always be talking about we some big bro. We don't have the numbers to have the economic power that they claim that we have. We don't.
What Jay-Z say?
That's why they keep telling you.
Women lie, men lie, numbers don't.